Hey there, fellow guitar people. Today you're going to learn how to play Three Little Birds by Bob Marley and the Wailers. Not too hard of a song, and I've included a really cool play-along track towards the end. Check it out. Let's do this! We're going to use 3 open chords for this song, and I'll assume that you know these. I'll show you quickly. An A chord, a D chord, and an E chord. I'm going to show you 2 slightly different versions of the strum. The second one uses a bass note. So let's go over the bass notes. For the A chord, the bass note's on the 5th string. For the D chord, on the 4th string. And for the E chord, the low E 6th string. Okay, we're going to move on to the strum. Now I'm going to show you 2 different versions, one a little easier, and then the second one adds a little bit to it, a little more interesting, but a little harder also. If you find this difficult, please do not worry. How appropriate, do not worry. Anyway, I made a whole video on this strum, and I break it down to little bitty steps and give you a bunch of chances to practice it, including a whole practice along track. So I'll put a link to that so you'll have that too. Let me show you quickly the strum now for those of you who either this comes easy or you've already watched my reggae strum video. It's called Easy Reggae Strum. Here we go. I'm going to start out without a chord. I'm just going to muffle the strings. It's going to be mute, down, up, mute, down. And for each measure, we do that twice. Mute, down, up, mute, down. So let's play that together right quick and just to kind of test where you're at with this if you want to go to the other video or continue with this. Here we go. Ready, hit it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You see that makes 4 beats. A little faster would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 1 bar. So let's try that with an A chord together. A lot of the song is A chord, so how appropriate. Here we go. Ready, hit it. One bar. Do it again. Ready, hit it. Mute, down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up, mute, down. So that's the basic strum. The next version of that strum is we're going to add a little bass note that's actually muted out. So that's a mute technique. What I'm doing is hitting the bass note and muting the bass note at the same time with the palm of my hand. So it's mute. And again, I show you an excruciating detail in the video, Easy Reggae Strum. Let me show you all together now. It says bass, down, up, mute, down, bass, down, up, mute, down. Now, of course, when you go to D, that's where you change up the bass note. And E, the low 6th string. Now, before we go to the play-along track, I want to give you a little experience looking at the music and seeing how the chords and the strum fits in with the music. So as you can see, we start off with just a bunch of rests. Now, really on the play-along track, you're actually going to hear the rhythm right there. But I suggest, at least in the beginning, you start off just counting. So each rest just has a count, kind of to give you a head start to get into where that A chord, that letter A is. And that means an A chord. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I just counted in the first measure. Then on the second measure, you'd start mute, okay, that was the second measure. Before what you see next comes a reversed repeat sign. That's the 2 lines, the thick line, the thin line, and the 2 dots. That's a repeat. That's saying basically when you get to the other end of that repeat, the one facing in, you go back to there, not to the beginning. So don't worry about that for now. That's not an issue. Let's just do that together. We're going to count the first measure and then start on that A chord, the second measure. Here we go. 1 and Oh, come on, get you ready. Okay, now you're ready. Okay, let's do this. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and get the A chord ready. 4 and mute, down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up, mute, down. On to the third measure. Mute, down, up, still A chord. Down, mute, down, up, mute. Next line, down now, A chord, mute, down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up. Go to D chord, down now, mute, down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up, mute, down. And the third line, A chord, mute, down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up, mute, down. Last measure, mute, down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up, mute, down. Okay, you're coming along. Okay, before I let you loose with the play along track, I wanted to give you a few tips to help you be successful with this. Now, I want to remind you that that first bar, I'm suggesting you count in, but you'll hear the playing along, the software is playing along anyway. I will call you in, I'll count you in at 3 and 4, and I'll skip the first 2 beats. It'll go like this. You'll hear the sound from the software and just think to yourself, 1, 2. Then you'll hear me, 3, 4, and here's where you start. 1, 2, and so on. And you'll see where to change to the D chord and eventually to the E chord. Now, this song is going slow. If the melody sounds a little strange, it's because it's not that slow. But I wanted to give you a chance to get the strum and get used to being able to go through the whole song. If you ever want to try a faster version, head over to my Real Guitar Success membership site, and you'll find I have both sped up versions as well as some extra resources, exercises, things. Now, if you get lost anywhere along the way, don't worry about it. Just wait for a little bit and see if you can catch up where you're supposed to be. And if not, you can always just start over. As a matter of fact, I would encourage you to just count on doing this several times before you really get the hang of it. And try to have fun with it. 2, 3, and 4, now. Second strum.